All right, in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 things that you need a lot more than motivation in order to do anything in this world that you don't, and get anything in this world that you don't currently have. So stay tuned for the entire video. It's not going to be that long, and it's going to give you really 5 great points that I've learned over my life. I'm not like super old. I'm 34, turning 35 here pretty soon, but I definitely have learned a lot in my 20s and early 30s. Late 20s, early 20s, mid 20s. Learned a lot this year, last year. Still learning, but making this video for everybody that knows a little bit less than me and wants to get any of the things that I have in my life. So you need a vision and a goal a lot more than motivation, because then, you know, we obviously need something to be motivated towards. So what is that? It's the vision or the goal. And it's good to write it down and put it on a piece of paper and in a few places where you're going to see it very often. So you're not going to forget it. And what happens when you do this is that it kind of motivates you. Like you keep seeing it. And things that were like hard, you're like, oh man, that's so hard. Oh, I'm going to have to do all that. But if you keep seeing it, you're like affecting your subconscious. And it just becomes easier. It's so weird. Like it just becomes easier. It almost becomes like a way of life. Like it's not a struggle. So I think that's why so many people, they talk about needing motivation. It's like, well, you know, you need to, how are you going to do something and you don't really know how to do it? You're risking maybe putting a lot of time, energy, money, and it's not going to work out. Well, if you just kind of keep seeing it all the time, okay, well, that's the only way that is there. That's my path. So anyway, putting it in front of your face where you see it every day, it's gonna make it so easy. It's gonna, like, instead of going up a very steep hill, it's literally gonna be like walking on flat ground. Makes it super easy. So the number 2 thing you need more than motivation is you need enough pain and discomfort and happiness to make you do something to get out of the situation that you're in, towards the future that you want. And that's honestly what's driven me a ton throughout my life. You know, waking up, not feeling good, go drinking coffee, drinking espresso, or doing whatever I could do to get up and do something, because, you know, I think the majority of the time, at least I could think back, you know, I was not waking up feeling very great. And if I did wake up feeling amazing every single day for a long period of time, typically, you know, it wasn't always a good thing. It means I was being too content with my current situation. I wasn't kind of pushing towards the future. So, definitely need enough pain. So number 3 is going to be the knowledge of what to do. I mean, you could be motivated and do a bunch of things, but if you're doing all the wrong things and you're not learning from what you're doing and you just keep repeating it, maybe it'll take you 50 years to figure it out, or maybe you'll never do it. So that's why it's always good to, you know, learn from other people's stories. There's millions of other people on YouTube other than me. I actually don't have that many videos on right now, but you can literally learn about every single person's story. You know, you can literally download. It's almost like the Matrix, you know, like Neo puts the stuff like into the back of his head and they like download the fighting program. If none of you guys have ever seen the Matrix, the movie, you can literally download people's lives and information, you know, obviously make sure that, you know, they've done what they've said they've done. And, you know, the story, they tell everything in this story. They give little gold nuggets everywhere. So all you have to do is just take the time and research and learn about how people did what they did. And it'll certainly accelerate the process of getting where you want to be. Learning through other people's mistakes is by far the best. I mean, I paid people money too. The coolest thing about when you pay people money that have done like some really cool things, like I paid the Kinko's founder, Paul Orfalia, and I talked to him, and God, he told me he's a couple gold nuggets, man. When I asked him, and I think they sold the company for, I don't know how much they sold it for. I know it was doing like a couple $1 billion in revenue. I don't know if he disclosed how much he of the money he actually got, but seems like, you know, he's definitely worth in the hundreds of millions, if not, you know, $1 billion by now. And man, I'll tell you, when I paid this guy money and he told me, and I told him everything about what I'm doing, and he just gave me a couple gold nuggets, like about like a couple things I didn't quite see, but because I see the world through his eyes now. because it's almost like you're taking their perspective, and it's kind of, it just makes it so easy. Yeah, when I talk to him, definitely got my money's worth. So I definitely will say that you can learn and you really take information when you pay for it because you're invested in it. Number 4 is hang out with people who are better than you in that particular area. They say you become the average of the 5 people you hang around. I've always tried to hang out with people for the most part that are just better than me in like a certain area. Like if I see, guys who have good integrity, they're not like stealing, or they're not like bad people, because you don't really want to learn from people, that are bad people or doing bad things, because then, it's just not a good way to like business practices and just other character and integrity and practices you don't want to do. So make sure they're a good person and that they've achieved a lot. And if you can surround yourself with people who've just done like a little bit better than you, you'll slowly become them, because you just won't have a choice. It's kind of like almost natural competition, but healthy competition. You're not like competing against them in a way, but it's almost like, hey, you're doing better than me, and you see what they do, and you almost just kind of adapt. It's almost like when you play against a better tennis player. Like sometimes I play against better tennis players, and well, what are you going to do? You're probably not going to get worse playing against a person a little bit better than you. You probably are both going to continue to get better playing together. If they're not like so far, better than you, where it's just not fun for them to play. So it goes for, making money in business. It goes for health. It goes for character. People have good character. It goes for, bunch of different things. And I wouldn't even say that that's like motivation. It's more like a desire. Like, people say, oh, how do you motivate? No, all you need is desire. You don't need motivation. You just need desire. And then you just kind of do things. I mean, I think that you can motivate people, but it's not like a word. I just don't like the word motivate. Like, what motivates you? Like, I don't know. I have desires. Like, I have desires to have more money. I have desires to have more free time. I just have desires to, blah, 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 and I'm going to figure out how to do it because I'm so unhappy in this current situation, or I think I'd be happier in a better situation, in the situation I'm thinking about. So I kind of think about it like that. Number five actually, this is just maybe it's just to me, but I've seen it like everywhere. I've heard it the other day. Big CEO of a big company talk about this, that you just don't drink a lot of alcohol. I mean, honestly, if I never drank alcohol, I don't know what my life would be like. I started drinking, a little bit, when I was 16, and then I drank throughout like college and in my 20s. And when I started my business, and when I started my business, Humbled Secret Supplies, and for a long period, I didn't drink. I just played tennis and did the business, had a girlfriend. That's probably why I actually became successful over a period of time in my 20s. And then after I became successful and, bought a Ferrari, partied, drank a bunch for years. I drank a ton. And I'll tell you what, I did not progress very much when I was drinking. And, I've never had anything steal my energy more than drinking. So if you can stay away from alcohol, because it's so around us, it's everywhere, that is one of the biggest things I think that will help you keep your energy and keep you moving forward like a train. Because right when you start drinking, kind of like sidetracks you, especially if you drink a lot, kind of like hits you off the tracks and takes a while to recover, especially as you get older. Like me in my 30s, 34, if I drink hard one night, like 10 drinks, it'll take me a while to recover. Like, in my train of thought is just gone. So the more I don't drink, actually, the better I see everything happen. Actually, the better everything is. The better I look, the better my skin is, the better my health is, the better my finances. I spend less money on stupid shit. Business does better. Everything does better. I even get more girls. I think just everything goes better. So those are just my thoughts. If you like the content in this video, please like, subscribe, share. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching at all, or any of the other things I offer to my website, please click the link below. Check it out, and I'll see you later.